Aquarius, to your November Astro Dice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Let's see. Best message coming out. Best message coming out. And for those of you who are new, this is where we take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. So let's get in here and see what's going on. Best message coming out. Ooh. Going straight into the 12th house. Wow. With some Aries energy. I think that's supposed to be here. Sorry. Otherwise you won't be able to see it. And going to Pluto. Transformation. Well, we are in that Scorpion season. And what a season it is. Okay, so let's get in here. Let's see. Having Pluto, your ability to transform, take a big leap forward, and rebirth. Had a few songs had this as well, with some Aries energy. The energy around you is dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive action is likely to occur. And going straight into that 12th house. This area of your life is what is overwhelming you. You yield to a greater cause of power. Yeah, I guess that is it. Feeling very exhausted. You could feel very burned out right now. Just, it's fall. A lot of us, we just turned our clocks back. It's like 5 p.m. feels like 8 p.m. It's like everything's, turning around. 'Tis the season. But it does look like 'tis the season you're exhausted of this fighting, this litigation, this argument, this standing your ground where these egos are clashing. Whatever is overwhelming you in the 12th house. Okay. Now it says you yield to the greater cause of power. I love that though. A fool. It's almost like you're waiting for this new day to dawn over here. But they just want to debate. They want to be your competition. They just want to fight. It's almost like you might be trying your hardest to make the dawning of a new day, waiting for this all to end. Waiting for this new opportunity, or you might be fighting about this new opportunity that's coming in and they don't like your new opportunity. Okay, take that how it resonates. You do have dispute, which is causing a lot of sorrow for the fool to the fool. Okay, so it is. It looks like you have a new opportunity you might be fighting about, and they don't like the new opportunity. Or you might have thought that you had this new opportunity to make this stop, and they just continue to keep carrying on. Yeah, I do see. That's in reverse, so they're acting very rash about the situation. Could be dealing with a Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, and you could just feel like they're there to argue. They don't like this new opportunity. They don't like this new idea. They're being very rash about the situation. There's a lot of sour words being said with anytime a swords, is in reverse, nasty's coming out. It doesn't even, literally you don't even have to be dealing with a air sign. That just means I'm talking nasty, right? Because that's when swords fly, right? I mean, that's just, the tongue becomes nasty. So there's a lot of harsh, rash words coming out of this new opportunity. And it does look like you have some kind of new opportunity for the majority of you where you're trying to transform into this new job, this new house, wanting something new. Maybe you even want a new dog. Who knows, right? Because there's a dog down there. Maybe you expected them to be more loyal about the situation, but they are just really being very mean about the situation. So going straight into, they're going right to the past. They've done this before. So you feel like you're living in the past in the mid-month about how they're acting. So you might have even thought, hey, you know what, we got through this once before and now they're doing it again. So you might feel like you're backpedaling over here when it comes to this situation. Some of you might definitely be dealing with a Libra though. I do have Libra here and twice. So, but you could be definitely feeling like, you know what, there's this, I thought we were going for the growth. You guys are, for some of you, your parents. And, you know, you thought this was going to be okay. You know, I thought we were evolving. We had the baby, however it is. Maybe you're pregnant now. Maybe you thought things were going to change because you were pregnant. But now that you're looking down into your cups, however this situation is, you know, put it where it needs to be. It just feels like, you know, you were feeling, it feels like in the mid-month, you're feeling more emotionally stable. This is when the full moon in Taurus is going to be coming in. But it's also going to be running with Uranus, which is going to be the tower and the star, right? So it's going to have healing. And I do feel like there's a lot of healing going on over here. A lot of shakeups, a lot of, you know, awareness. And I do feel like with the Queen of Cups, this is where your intuitiveness is really going to come through. But it's going to allow you to feel like you really want the growth and the evolution over here of this, and you're really wanting to take this action. But it does feel like whoever you're dealing with, it's like they're trying to bring this backwards to where you guys used to fight. You used to argue. And you don't want that. Yeah, lack of playfulness right here. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, this card came out, these cards came out sideways. So this is like, yeah, loss of friendship, but it's not really loss of friendship. It's just we're not on the same anymore. Ten of Cups sideways. Just saying, you know, we're not really friends, you know, but we're really not loss of friendship either. So you could say in your love, it's kind of like maybe they're kind of ghosting you, not talking to you, lack of communication, but we're not in that loving area anymore where we're like cuddle buddies, right? There's more of a distance between us. We've distanced ourselves. Now you sit on, you know, this side of the couch and I'm sitting on that side of the couch and we're not snuggling together, right? Or maybe you're not even on the couch. Maybe you're sitting in a chair in the other side of the house. You know what I mean? But no, seriously, because you have the Queen of Diamonds over here, because you feel like that's it. They're not nurturing the way they were nurturing before. And I kind of feel like it's going between both the Empress and the Six of Cups, because I feel like you've gotten to this place where you just want to keep trying to nurture, but you feel like they've lost the nurturing which they had built, and now they're going back. They were like this before. Been a time when you guys had this fight before. Okay? And you just feel like, I thought we were moving it up the ladder. And now we're going back down the ladder. Yep, there's the Star card in reverse. So as you're sitting over here healing, it's almost like they refuse to heal. They refuse to come back. They refuse to try to fix this with you. They don't want to nurture this. They don't want to have forgiveness. They don't want to redeem any of this situation. They're sitting, like I said, in the chair, in the den, while you're sitting in the living room on the couch. I'm not even going to be around you right now. Don't ask me. Don't talk to me right now. Total silence. That's a part of what we call house ghosting. Okay, but it's almost like you're trying to be sincere about the situation. You want to fix the situation, but, you know, and it could be you who's house ghosting, you know, because they did talk to you pretty nasty. Okay, so it could be even you so if you know it's you because they talked really nasty to you and you feel like they're going to the past and you're not going to nurture this anymore, go ahead and put that where it needs to be. Okay, because I don't, you know, I mean, it does look like they talk pretty nasty to you, unless you talk nasty to them. My cross watcher could be like, oh no, they talk really nasty to me, you know, and then they want to come back and try to nurture. So it could be that as well, because I do see that as well. It could be them trying to come back and nurture as you're hiding out, saying, no, you talked really mean to me. I'm not coming back to you. So I have to give it to the cross watchers as well. We do get quite a few cross watchers. And so take that how it is, but it's like one wants to be, you know, kind of fixing the situation. Like, come on, let's not do this again, right? Let's not go back there. And then the other is like, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. See what I'm saying? So it could be definitely that. I just read mostly from your side because it is your reading, but I do see how, you know, we have cross watchers. So it could literally, it's a general reading. This is not a personal reading. At the end of the month, yeah, they're going to come back. They want to try to resolve this with you. or you want to resolve this with them. Take it how it is. But somebody's coming in, they want to resolve this situation. Okay. There is this place, but I'm still going to go from your area that, it looks like they want to come and resolve this. And, but you're having like lack of faith that this is going to go anywhere. The grass is not green anymore. They've destroyed the grass by going back to the past where they acted this way before. And so now you're contemplating on this situation, and it's really contemplating on whether or not I'm going to take that cup. Either offering this cup, and you're saying, I don't know if I want that cup. I don't know. The grass is not really green here. You really did come in nasty. Look at that same card, nasty. You came in really nasty at me, and I'm not going to deal with that. And I do feel like for a lot of you, even though they came in nasty, you could still be the empress, because, a lot of you still have kids. You're like, I'm still nurturing my children, my family. I'm still going to be this nurturing person that I am. Just because I'm nurturing doesn't mean I have to put up with your shit. Yeah, literally. Right? Absolutely. You can still be, nurturing and loving and compassionate and comfort, but you're definitely looking inside your cup over here going, nah, I'm not dealing with that. Yep, the Tower. There's that Tower coming in. The Tower in reverse is like it's going after its own personal thing. It's like I'm bringing in this Tower. I'm going to bring this Tower in because I'm really headstrong right now, and I just, I need good news. I need stuff. I need to work on my world. I need to work on an absolution for where I want to go, and that's what you're really looking at, is the world. How is this chapter going to end? Is this chapter going to end like it did last time, or do I want it to end differently? It's going to be up to you on how you're going to really balance out the situation, because it says justice will come in, karmic justice will come in with the compassion and what you need, right, to get it dissolved. So it's going to be different for everybody how it's going to dissolve. It's definitely over you and how you're going to do it, because you do have the Four of Cups, and everybody's going to look at it different. Okay, so some of you are going to justify this by, dominating the situation as the Queen of Clubs over here and saying, I'm going to move on to where I need to be, okay, and do what I need to do, okay, and then others of you, it looks like there's just going to be some kind of delay for a while, okay, due to lack of success, okay, yeah. It says partial success, but it's still lack of success, right? So, I mean, and then really looking at it, it looks like it's going to take a little bit longer for some of you to make this decision, and then some of you are going to really use your club over here as the Queen of Wands and say, well, we're going to look at it and see how we're going to do things, because I'm going to, going to be strong. I mean, we see headstrong over here anyways. But I do feel like they're a little headstrong as well. So it does feel like there is this push and tug when it comes to both of you. Okay, so it looks like going into, like I said, December, you're definitely going to find your justice. The truth will be resolved. The balance will come out, depending on how you're going to fix things. I got like 2 readings left, guys, and I'm like done. I'm like, oh my goodness. The next reading, I swear, I'm going to be like, okay, give me the good stuff. Not that it's bad, because this is all learning. It's just overwhelming on energy. There's no such thing as negative. It's just duality. There's always bumps in the road when we're taking our chariots out on our paths. It's just that it's a little overwhelming. And to stay balanced in your essence. And we do see a lot of balance that you're trying to do over here. So, and hyena, dare to be different. And literally, I feel like that's also, don't go back in the past and try to do the same thing twice. We never want to do that anyways. So, okay, my friends. Oh, I love that gray squirrel at the bottom of the deck, guys. Yes, you will solve your problems. Problem solver. Find new ways of solving problems. I love that. That's one of my favorites. Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.